Welcome back to the RevScale YouTube channel. Today, we're going to go over Black Hat email tactics. Like this video, subscribe to the channel. Let's get right into it. When I think about Black Hat, I think about marketing tactics that are illegal and they are used to scam, exploit, steal, and otherwise harm other individuals in the pursuit of money, right? Yeah, Black Hat would be like, credit card fraud or putting someone on automatic rebill who didn't consent for that. So they buy something on their own subscription and then they're subscribed to a bunch of, other things when they buy something. So most often it happens in the affiliate world. So there are Black Hat, there are Gray Hat, and there are White Hat tactics. Why am I going over this? Because it's interesting. Not many people watch these videos anyway, so I might as well just talk about some crazy shit. So yeah, Gray Hat is kind of shady, not like super illegal. White Hat is what most marketers think of when they think of marketing tactics. Okay, so when you opt into someone's email list through a pop-up that is hosted on a Shopify landing page that is powered through Klaviyo's pop-ups, you are collecting with consent. Okay, and that's White Hat. Okay, and so there are varying degrees of White Hat, Gray Hat, and Black Hat, and like in between. So the first one I'm going to go over is a weird TikTok shop exploit. So let's get into it. Okay, so when you are an e-commerce brand owner and you have TikTok shop and you have a Shopify store, a TikTok shop purchase is made on TikTok, and then that order gets placed through Shopify, and then that phone number is used for your order status, order confirmation, order update, right? That phone number is then uploaded and synced with Klaviyo, okay? But you cannot use that for promotional means. Why? Because it wasn't collected with consent, right? So you collect with consent through a pop-up or a box that's checked that says consent to marketing, right? There's no consent for marketing. So how do you backdoor that? Okay, you can use the SMS list that's now synced through TikTok into Klaviyo or whatever email platform you have. And I'm going to use Klaviyo and the examples in Klaviyo. But you can send out an SMS that's transactional, which is order updates, order confirmations, shipping, delivery, all that. And then you can mask your marketing through there. So if we want to collect emails, we would, number one, send an SMS to go out one day after whenever someone places an order through TikTok Shop. Then on the SMS side, they will click on a URL, which will trigger the pop-up for them to sign up for email. Once they sign up, we have an email flow which shares whatever offer you have and then nurture and cross-sell, right? So what are we doing here? Okay, you send out an SMS that's transactional, order update. Then you say, sign up for our email list if you want to unlock an offer. Click here. You go to a landing page that has a hosted pop-up. They enter their email, and now you have finally collected with consent. Once you have collected with consent, you can now send them offers. You can now send them marketing. As of now, you cannot market through with these phone numbers. You can only send transactional, okay? So what is this tactic? You are skirting the legalities and compliance issues to do with consent, right? There's implied consent, there's explicit consent. What you just need to know for this situation is you should only be able to send a transactional email for any TikTok shop numbers that are collected, okay? And so this is a way to skirt that. I would say this is a Gray Hat tactic, right? You could, what I recommend doing this, a client and I kind of strategize around how we could do this in a compliant manner, and the liability is on them, and we executed it on behalf of them. It's not something I would do and recommend for my clients though, okay? Let's go on to the next tactic. Second tactic is the buying of email lists, okay? So let's talk about this. You have to understand what is a compliant list, okay? So a compliant list is a list that is built with consent, right? So pop-up or form submission, right? Another way you could do this is consent from another domain that is like the same brand, right? And so you upload the list. There's also like third-party tools, pop-up softwares that maybe didn't sync correctly, and you have like the separate list that was collected, like maybe with like PostScript pop-ups or something. You have to go re-upload the list. So those are all like just consent. Okay, what is a list that has not been collected with consent? Third-party lists, buying of lists, right? A prospecting list means you just found a list of like cold emails from a cold email website. purchase lists scraped from websites, or lists that you scrape from websites. So that let's go over scraped in a different section, honestly. But let's think about purchase lists. So what do people do in affiliate marketing? Okay, there is an entire industry around list acquisition and blasting emails to these lists. So people are list brokers. They own email lists that have millions and millions of contacts. These are practically databases, right? And someone will say, "Hey, I have a dick pill offer. Okay, do you have a male demographic?" 18 or sorry, whatever, 35 to 55. And they'll say, yeah, I got 1 million of those. Okay, so cool. I'll buy that. Or actually, how about we cut a deal? I'll give you 50% of the proceeds. Let me get it and I'll send you my affiliate, send us an affiliate link. And whatever people click and purchase, you're going to get 50% of that. And they're like, great. Or, hey, I'll buy this list for 10 grand. Right? Cool. Here, take it. And then people just they upload to ConvertKit or MailChimp or HubSpot, whatever email ESP platform. There's no consent with these emails that are collected. They're uploaded and then they are Chad Rand with this offer, right? This is like, there's no consent there. Whereas when you click with marketing consent, you're signaling to the email domain providers, you're signaling to the Shopify domain, you're signaling to your own domain, you're signaling to the ESP that everything is like consensual, right? And then you're allowed to market. And then you also get that response too. Another factor you have to think about with deliverability is people who are interacting and engaging, right? So you're going to get very low engagement, if not any at all. You're going straight to the junk list. Your domain is going to get blacklisted to whatever link that gets clicked to. So this is considered illegal, right? It's considered gray hat, black hat. You can get in trouble, especially like around the world, right? So what counts as permission? It varies by country or channel. You need express consent. Someone tells you by a form submission that they want to be talked to, right? I'm just letting you know, like, you can't buy lists, okay? It's probably the worst offense. It's the lowest hanging fruit for some, but it just doesn't work, okay? On to the next. Method number 3, these are the scraping of email lists, okay? So there's a couple different terms for this. The new term is identity resolution, right? So Pietra offers it, Retention's the leader in it, and Black Crow AI also offers it as well, but there's a little twist here to this one. So to convert into emails for marketing, build your email list from visitors browsing your website, Pietra offers the lowest pricing and no upfront fees compared to leading competitors. They almost offer it at cost. I've talked to the founder before. So what is this? Okay, so say you go on a website and then you don't opt into marketing, but you still get an email from them. How could that have happened? They match your IP address and they connect it to a third-party database that's been paid for, and that third-party database has all of your contact info. And when the IP address matches, they are going to put your email and sync it through this cookie, pixel, whatever, and they will put it into a separate flow or a separate campaign, right? And this is like implied consent almost. I really don't even think this is direct consent. There is integration with Klaviyo with retention. This is against the terms and conditions and privacy policies, all that of Klaviyo. You're not allowed to do this, but Klaviyo does it, I think, because they IPO'd and like they don't care. They're just trying to get more money. So bigger email lists, bigger pricing tiers, more revenue for them. But yeah, this is not something we recommend for our clients. Look at this. They might have an integration now too with Pietra and Klaviyo. Yeah, guys, like that's my boy Oren, but I don't really recommend this. It's just against the terms in Klaviyo. People do it. We do it for clients. White hat / a gray hat method, right? Black Crow AI is a little bit different, and here is the difference. So let's go to life cycle marketing. What is happening when someone goes onto the website? Okay. This is, where is it? Recognize returning shoppers. Okay. So cookie depreciation is basically someone goes into your funnel and they're in the funnel for 5 days and then they exit the funnel, right? So the cookie on Klaviyo basically is going to read information for a limited amount of time about the customers on the website, okay? So if someone opts into your email list, they're on your email list and they went on the website and then they leave. Or at the same time, you have people who aren't on the email list, I believe. I can be corrected in comments if I'm wrong, but basically you get a longer tailwind of time in which Black Crow can cross-reference people who come to your website and leave, right? So if someone comes to your website and leaves 90 days ago and then they come to your website again, they can trigger an abandoned flow. Okay. So I really like this because basically like Klaviyo misses 100, like it misses a certain percent of people that are in certain silos. So like if someone abandoned checkouts and they don't send an abandoned checkout to every single person. I know this is hard to believe, but it happens. Okay. So I don't know if I'm even explaining this properly. But the way they do identity resolution is much better and it's a lot more white hat. I highly recommend Black Crow AI. We do it for our clients. Do it. So that's kind of third party email scrapers. That's identity resolution. Let's move on. Let's talk about co-marketing on other people's websites or channels, whatever you want to call it. So say you have your own email list that you took blood, sweat, and tears to build. And a friend who also owns a brand says, yo, dude, I'm just starting out. Can I like Chatroom my brand and on your email list? You say, yeah, sure. So what you do is you build an email and say, hey, these guys are brand approved, and that's your brand. Say your brand's called, Sheep, Black Sheep, whatever. I'm thinking of Black Road I was just talking about. You got the Black Sheep brand and you're co-marketing some protein bars, right? And you are a supplement brand, so it's kind of complimentary. You say, hey, this is our friend's company. They're really cool. Here's a link, and you're putting it in the Klaviyo editor or whatever. You're putting in the CTAs. Let me help my friend out, right? So what happens basically is if the domain that you are linking out to doesn't match like the email domain and the root domain, that sends alarms off to the domain providers and that you are doing something shady, right? And so I don't recommend this. It's just another like weird gray area tactic where you will get penalized by the email domain providers, but it's not super serious. But eventually you will destroy your deliverability and you will go to spam and junk if you do this. Okay. So like you have nothing to gain from this, but you may have everything to gain by exploiting other people's email lists, right? And they agree to do it, or maybe you pay for it, maybe you do an affiliate link deal. It's just like another tactic to try and expose your brand to more audiences, but the person helping out gets really hurt by it, especially if you do it over time, right? Like if you continuously to help co-market other people, you're getting taken advantage of and you're ruining your email deliverability. So I don't recommend that. Okay. So that's another tactic. I don't really have anything to screen share there, but you can see like it's essentially the same thing as like giveaway posts you see where it's like two brands collaborating on Instagram, but it's an email list co-marketing. Don't recommend it. Don't do it. So I have countless other methods. I probably got dozens of these. I want to see how this video does, and it's just a little bit different. It's a little bit more, I guess, like direct and not like typical guru marketing advice. Not that I give guru marketing advice, but this is just like something different. So if you really like this, please comment and tell me if you liked it. I don't necessarily recommend any of these tactics, but I do want to talk about them because I think they're interesting little loopholes that very clever marketers and business owners and operators like do, and I've helped cook them up alongside them. I've done every single one of these, not myself, but on behalf of people. And it's not like I hurt anyone or anything, but it was going to be done either way. And so, I mean, like buying lists is pretty stupid, right? It's not something I've really done, but these other things aren't as bad. So anyway, that's Black Hat email marketing tactics. Like this channel, hit subscribe. Got plenty more coming. Let me know what else you like. Peace.